You know, one of the wonderful programs in our society these days is Make-A-Wish Foundation. You've heard of that, and the stories are many. There's one of this young girl, Charlie, and she was a healthy 3-4-year-old girl, vivacious. One day she had a high fever. Mom took her in, and they discovered cancer. Just what a parent does not want to hear, and of course we won't. But after 10 months of chemo, this little 6-year-old just beat up, not doing well, and Grandma contacted Make-A-Wish Foundation and arranged to grant little Charlie's wish. She wanted to go to SeaWorld. That was her dream. 6 weeks before the trip was to happen, Charlie got pneumonia, influenza, 6 days of it. All of a sudden she went into a coma, 6 days, 17 days. Lung was working at lost like 95% of its capacity on 13 different tubes going in and out of her. The doctors going into the weekend told the nurses to say goodbye to Charlie, that there was no way that she would survive the weekend. She had lost, by this point, almost half of her body weight. And the parents stayed for the watch for the weekend. And when doctors returned, or the nurses returned, they were surprised to see the dad was still there. And when they went in, Charlie woke up. She had awakened from that experience. And within a few weeks, they were carrying her on a plane to go to SeaWorld, and spent 2 weeks out at SeaWorld. And when she came back, she was able to run off the plane into her grandmother's arms. And it's now 5 years later, and Charlie is a vibrant, healthy young child. And Dad claims it was because of her wish and her dream to go to SeaWorld that pulled her back from heaven, that pulled her back from death's bed, that her dream of going to SeaWorld was greater than what her physical body could conjure up and pull her out of this world. That is the power of a dream. That is the power of a wish. That is a power of an intention that I want you to put on to that same something we were talking about here earlier this evening. That is the key that I want to leave you with here tonight, and we'll work with it even more, is that I want you to take that something that is able to take a young little girl who's been in a coma for weeks, and it turned her life around. That is a spiritual something that no longer magnified the pain of the body, but magnified at some level a dream and a vision that was far greater than anything else in her life. Do you think that same power is available to you? This is good. Yeah. Because it's not a great power, and it's not a little power. It's the only power there is. And as we say, it's a big power to do this big thing. It's our perspective that we're putting on it. It's not big and it's not small. It can heal a scratch or it can heal a cancer. It can awaken you from the doldrums, or it can awaken you from a coma. It can return the light and the excitement back to your world. That is what it is we are dealing with here. No less than that. But you've got to break free of the old patterns. Remember, what's that story like the elephant, little baby elephant? How come elephants don't tear things up? Is because as babies, they were tethered to a rope that they couldn't break away. And so they learned they couldn't break away. And as they got older, they no longer tried breaking away because they knew they couldn't break away with some of these old beliefs that we have in us that says that it takes God's amazing power to heal a situation, or it'll take manna from heaven, or whatever it is. And we've got these concepts that is a big, this is an old tethered thought. There is no big and there is no small. There is a power, there is an essence that is in and through all things, and it is as much available to us now as it was to Jesus, as it was to Buddha, as it was to Charlie. There is just one power. There is no large or small. It is our thinking that makes the difference with it. You want to experience abundance in everything in your life now? now step into that place, step into that essence and that energy that is available to you. That is the biggest key I can give you tonight. You know, Jeffries was talking about it 80 years ago. That those things are just lies. They're illusions. So what are you going to bring to the party? What are you going to bring to this world that so hungers for what it is you have? To magnify what the headlines say? There's enough people doing that. Or are you going to magnify that there is a power that is called what you want that is available to anyone and everyone? And I'm going to bring into a situation the joy, the glory, the life, and the possibilities. There was this 28-year-old mom, 4 children, dying of cancer, was not going to make it. Going to leave behind 4 children, age 28 she was. If you went to visit her, how would you feel about that? Feedback? Sad. Angry. Not even able to grasp the magnitude of the pain and all those things. You know, the sadness, the hurt, the question, the fear. It's not right. Got it? Now imagine if you're that 28-year-old mom and you're making people feel like that. How would you feel? Don't have to answer that one. I just want you to get that shift. That's the last thing in the world that mom who's dying of cancer, going to leave behind 4 children, needs to be feeling, that she's making you sad and unhappy and hurt and all those kind of things. If anything she needs in her world is your joy, is your light, is your laughter. And that's what you get to bring to the party. As people are sitting in their doldrums and their fears, what you get to bring is that joy. And I'll tell you, as you give that, that's the key and that's the tool. As you step into that vortex, that energy flows through you. That infinite realm of possibilities expresses through you as you, because you are that power. It's up to you to plant that seed. And I got these seeds, I underestimated tonight, so you only get to take home 1. I was going to give out 2 or 3 to everybody. But I would like to give these to you before I pray and meditate us out of here. Gosh, I had so much I was going to cover too. Let's see, Karen. Would everybody take one of these sunflower seeds? They're mammoth sunflower seeds. What I would like you to do after this first class, which means starting tomorrow, I want you to find a place to plant these seed, a sunflower seed. And over the next 4 weeks, when your ministers are giving of their time and sharing their love, I want you to nurture this seed and watch it grow and just have a relationship with it and let it teach you. Let it reveal to you its life lessons.